You're listening to Turi Writer's She Said What podcast. I'm Turi, along with Marcy Persky. In this installment, a little look at medical nightmares. I don't mean the kind doctors do to you. I mean the kind you dream up yourself. Also, when you hear that you have a lifetime supply, does that mean you have more or die sooner? You guys are up to your eyebrows in snow.
It's all gone now. But for 2 days, it made going anywhere more than a little bit treacherous, especially with all the Phoenix people that got stuck up here and didn't know what snow was.
Oh, wow.
But today it's 50 degrees and sunny, so now we just have mud, a lot of it. Get this, you're going to be even more impressed. I turned on the pellet stove and it kicked right in.
Woo!
I think, it was a holiday. Hang out the flag. Frankie doesn't have to come home from work and take apart the pellet stove and work on it for hours.
That's impressive.
But he did have to go pick up Eve from work, who suddenly was afraid of driving home in snow.
Really?
Yeah. I guess it's been a year.
Well, maybe sometimes it's nice just to know your dad will come get you.
That's true. There are critters everywhere, too, from the controlled burns, because they do that whenever it's wet enough or not windy to control forest fires.
Right.
And travelers get very, very offended. Why are they burning the forest?
To keep the forest from burning. It sounds counterintuitive, but yeah, I think by now most people have seen enough news coverage to understand this, except for certain people who don't believe. We won't go there.
Whatever.
But
no, we won't go there. I will tell you,
yes.
There's been an influx of bobcats, mountain lions, coyotes, deer, elk, even a couple bears.
We have such sophisticated wildlife here in Chicago that all the coyotes in Chicago, and there are many, have been outfitted with very fashionable radio collars so that people know where they are all the time. I did a Marcy on Friday.
Uh-oh, you fell?
Yes, I did.
Only I did guess once.
No, you knew right away. I fell in my own living room. I tripped over the footstool that I usually sit on. And I fell onto the chair. I don't know if every house has a chair you don't sit on. Does your house have a chair that you don't sit on?
Oh, yeah, it's right behind me. We call it the throne because it's very ornate.
Well,
and it's right behind our couch.
And why don't you sit on that chair?
I don't know.
Well,
it's not comfortable, I guess.
There you go.
But it's very ornate and pretty.
The spousal unit has a chair that he really likes. And I have to warn every guest, if you like the feeling of being dropped on your head, this is the chair that you should sit on. It's a platform rocker, and you have to be warned because it immediately throws you back. It's kind of like if you sat down on a lazy boy. If you were to sit down on a lazy boy and just by the act of sitting down, it reclined fully, it's the same kind of experience.
Mine would go upside down, if you remember.
I remember yours threw you out on your head one time. So
yeah, and then all my debit cards fell out.
That's right, and it took you a year to find them. So I fell
partially
onto the floor and partially onto the wooden handle of the chair. And so I am now, speaking of the throne, I'm now being treated as the queen of the house because I cannot even pick up my left arm. And we had people for lunch in our little harvest house, the Sukkah, and I tried to pick up, my girlfriend brought the salad, and I tried to pick it up, and I flung it by mistake down the length of the table. Some of it went into, I love my friends, though. My friends are such good sports. My girlfriend says, I think the drinking water will be good with carrot shavings and lettuce in it. It'll be fine. It's just like a spot.
My question is, yes? Are you sure it's not broken?
The chair or my front?
Your arm.
Here's the weird part. It caught me above and below my left breast. So my left breast is okay.
Ribs.
No, I don't know what. I think it just basically hit. I don't know. I honestly couldn't tell you what
something hurts.
I can't even cough. It's like when they tell you when guys have the hernia checkup and they say cough.
Yeah.
I can't cough. So maybe I have a herniated breast. Maybe that's some injury I never heard about before.
That's a new one.
Yeah. I made it up, but I like it.
Now you're going to be in your bathroom every morning looking in the mirror to see if there's a big bruise there.
I feel like I'm owed a bruise. There isn't one, and I feel kind of cheated. Don't you ever have that happen where if something happens to you and it really hurts and you look for some sign of injury and there isn't a sign of injury, that it seems kind of unfair?
Yeah, I know.
When the spousal unit came racing downstairs, he said, "Are you all right?" And I said, "It's too soon to tell."
That's my line.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I always say. Yeah, that's when I fell over the dog.
Yeah.
Uh, Eve immediately said, "Should I call Flagstaff?" And I said, "No, it's too soon to tell."
Right. It's too soon to tell. You don't know. You don't know how injured you are. Well, in my case, the time that I broke my arm, I didn't know how injured I was for like
I know, I
4
kept
weeks.
telling you, go to the doctor.
I'm just amazingly clueless.
I have surgery on Thursday.
Yes, you
For
do.
everybody.
Yes.
My 100 millionth, zillionth, gazillionth wrist surgery. But I kept dreaming that they amputated my
Oh my God.
I was waking up all night. I feel like I did not sleep. And I finally like told Frankie, I said, the doctors keep cutting off my arm. And all he did was laugh. I got no sympathy
Oh,
whatsoever.
I will give you sympathy. I think that's terrible. That's just so awful. I'm so sorry. Would you like to hear my nightmare?
Yes.
I probably shouldn't give this much medical information about myself,
Yeah, who's gonna know?
but I take a pill that, how should I put this? It is technically what is known as an anticoagulant, which means that you just keep bleeding. So my
Yes.
nightmare
A
was
blood thinner.
yes, a blood thinner. All night long, I worried that my whole torso was going to fill up with blood and suffocate me. That was my nightmare. It had nothing to do with
That's
reality,
nice.
but I must have woken up like it's weird, the stuff you worry about.
It really is.
Yeah.
But I would like to announce my team won today again. So thank you very much.
Did you put your baby in that mop hat again?
Of course. Actually, we were losing until he came over, and he put his little lion head thing on, and he
Mop.
had
It's
his
a
little
blue
lion's pants
mop.
on.
It's like something
And
they would sell you at the
Maine.
state fair. It's the ShamWow head.
Well, we had to go down the mountain with the computer yesterday.
Oh, that was another drama.
Yes, my computer would not turn on and started yelling at me something about a fan and it's going to overheat. I'm going to lose everything and blah, blah, blah. So I called Steve from India
Oh, but you missed the best part because it had a warranty that was good until.
last week. Yeah, so when I got done beating my head against the wall,
I don't know
I
why. I mean, why would you be surprised at that?
Oh.
I don't know if I should mention this, but a certain government managed to wire a certain number of technical things that exploded on cue at a certain time, and
yes,
it's possible. Is what my point is. They've proven that it's possible.
I got it in 2019 and I didn't buy it from Best Buy, but there are only 3 computer fixing places in all of northern Arizona that I could find.
Oh boy.
So I called Best Buy, asked if they would fix it. Steve from India said, "What time do you want to go in?" Made an appointment. No wait.
Wow.
The young lady plugs it in. She gets all those warnings and stuff. You know, we were ready to have to buy a new computer. And she said, "You probably have another year. Ignore all these warnings. Before it dies, you'll know for sure." She could have sold us a new computer.
That is extra credit in heaven for not trying to sell
Yes.
you the new computer. I like that woman.
Oh, yeah, I already wrote a note to corporate saying give her a raise.
Oh, good for you. We like to praise. We love praising.
Yeah.
We don't just rip the Steves in India of the world. We also praise them.
But I also had to write it in a way that she wouldn't get in trouble for not trying to
Selling you the
upsell
new
me a
commu-
computer.
Yes. Well, we've screwed that up now. I have this
know.
computer, and for some reason, I've got it in my head that I want it to last until I die. Because
Good luck with that.
yeah, I don't think so. If I had your computer and the fan were, I would get an ice pack and just pack the whole computer in ice. That's how dedicated I am now to not buying anything new. Just don't wanna. I just don't wanna.
I hear you. Along the
Yes.
same lines.
Yes.
I think I've complained to you before that I keep everything the same all the time. I hate any kind of change.
You and me
And-
both. Yep.
Microsoft invented this Microsoft Edge that all of a sudden, anytime I started my computer, my Chrome didn't come up. It was Microsoft Edge.
Oh,
And I would always say, go away, go away, go away, go away. I
yeah.
hate your guts, go away.
Yeah.
Today,
Yeah.
for the first time, while I was waiting for you
Not
and
paying
so
attention.
happy that I got everything put together,
No, you
I
told it
transferred
okay.
all my data over
Oh,
from Chrome to Microsoft Edge.
oh no.
And I got your email way faster, so maybe it is better.
They stole a name from a shaving company, and that makes me nervous.
Well, our car is also the Edge.
That's another thing. If they can't think of their own name, what makes you
And
think
there's a
they
wrestler called the Edge.
Right, so they should think of a new name for their product. If they can't think of a better name than the name that 5 other companies are already using, then how much better is this software realistically going to be?
I think that more people would be more positive about switching if they named it It Works.
They need some better naming. They need to quit naming things after fruit and quit naming things after whatever you depilate your underarms with. Those 2 things, I would say, are the minimum of the naming requirements now.
A razor?
Yeah. I think it's a Gillette has an edge.
Oh, I guess it does. I don't know. I think that's a boy razor.
Well, I don't care. It's sitting in my bathroom, so I'm entitled to use it. This is the thing. Funny you should say that. As far as I'm concerned, unless it's a toothbrush, and even then, if it's not my toothbrush, but I need to clean like some jewelry and some kid has left it for 7 months, as far as I'm concerned,
it's yours.
It's neutral, right? I can clean my engagement ring with it. And then when they come home, if they wonder why their toothpaste tastes a little bit like soap scum, it's because I've used their toothbrush to clean my engagement ring with.
You don't throw it away?
I throw things away. I beg them, please just take. Because when you have kids and they're little, you get free toothbrushes like every 5 minutes because you're constantly.
Right.
But when you get older, you have to actually buy toothbrushes. And if you have an electric toothbrush, you don't buy toothbrushes. So now I thought I had like a lifetime supply of toothbrushes. There are certain things in your house. I'll bet in your house you have some things that you thought you were never going to run out of as long as you lived. And now you're starting to run out of them because the life of your household has shifted.
Yes.
What are the things in your house?
Hair ties.
Hair ties. Right. When you have little kids, it comes like they get out of bed and there's a shower of hair ties. It comes from
and
heaven.
When you have a husband with long hair.
Right. It comes from heaven, the hair ties. They just descend.
Yes.
Yeah, like gnats or something. For years, I thought I am never going to run out of these travel sizes of hotel shampoos and all that other crapola that you get.
Yeah.
And now that we stay in Airbnbs, and of course they're thrifty and they have those things on the wall that hold a whole bunch of soap, and then the way that works is you push the button and the whole thing falls down on your foot, and then you have to scream and yell and jump up and down. But in theory, there's a container, and so they don't give you the little travel size because why should they? They just go to Costco and buy a gallon of the stuff and pour it into the dispenser so that it can fall on your foot. But I am starting to run out of travel sizes of things.
Oh, no.
Astonishing. I never thought that would happen. I mean, it used to be the one thing you could count on when somebody died was that you did not want the job of cleaning out the cabinet where all that crap was. I have a family member, I won't say who, when they died, I think that I found enough travel sizes of shampoo and conditioner and little things of soap to start my own resort, like a giant resort. Half of their bathroom was dedicated to bags and bags of these things. And now they're about to make them illegal in Illinois. So go figure.
Why?
Because it's a lot of unnecessary plastic, and why should
I guess it is.
why should a resort be giving you little travel sizes when they too can fill up a giant plastic thing that falls on your foot?
True. Okay, I agree.
Either that, or, and this is more of my conspiracy theory, or the podiatrists of America have lobbied hard for the end of the travel size because they're the ones that benefit when the giant
When you
thing
drop
of
the big
shower
thing on
gel
your foot.
falls on your foot. Right.
There you go.
That's right. I don't think they actually dispense any soap. What happens is they fall on your foot, you set it on the side of the tub, and then you start scooping out whatever. It's disgusting, really. It's just the idea that everybody else has done the same thing.
Yeah, we've all done it.
That's when you buy your own travel sizes of things and bring them with you.
It's like stepping on a Lego. Anyone who's ever had a kid has stepped on a Lego.
Yep. But when you have something that you think will never, ever, ever end, and it ends, it's it's a little humbling, and you really, a couple of feelings hit you. You start to feel like, well, I'm a pretty bad judge of time. And then you think, I'm really old. And then you think, what kind of a ridiculous waste of brain power have I been using trying to figure out whether I would live longer than this bottle of Vitabath would last? And then at the end of the day, you just go get one of the travel size things out of your linen closet while you still have them. Thanks for listening to the Turi Writers She Said What podcast. Since you've made it to the end, you might want to know that my book, She Said What? A Life on the Air, is not only available in print, but now also in complete audiobook form, narrated by me and available on Audible.